Appomattox Courthouse was a small battle and led to the end of the Civil War. It took place on April 9th, 1865. The surrender was signed at Wilmer McLean's home in Appomattox Courthouse, Virginia. The fighting took place on the outskirts of the town. This was the final battle and united the North and the South. Robert E. Lee was the highest-ranking military officer in the Confederate Army. Before this battle, he had previously retreated from Petersburg and Richmond, Virginia. Lee was known for having his uniform in top-tier shape and his amazing leadership skills. Once he saw that he could not retreat, he surrendered to the Union Army. Along with Lee, Grant fought in the Mexican-American War. He was also the highest-ranking officer in his army, just like Lee. He knew that the Confederate Army had to retreat to get supplies. He blocked them wherever he could and ransacked their supplies. He's known for his reckless attitude and muddy field uniform. Philip Sheridan was a Union general. While Lee's army was escaping, he cut off around 6,000 men, almost a fourth of his current army. These soldiers were taken as prisoners. This is very important because it took away from the Confederate Army and made the Union soldiers confident that they could win.
This is the path that the Confederates used to retreat from Petersburg and Richmond, Virginia. Lots of small skirmishes happened along their retreat, and many Confederate soldiers deserted. The Confederate Army is hungry and unsupplied. They had trains full of food and equipment, but the Union soldiers reached them first and destroyed them. They aimed to go to Appomattox Courthouse to get some much-needed rest and supplies.
When during Appomattox, cavalry units closed in on the Confederate soldiers. They tried to attack for one last attempt at escaping the Union's grasp. At first, the cavalry was pushed back. Lee and his men were demoralized when they saw ahead of them. The rest of the Union army had surrounded them. Robert E. Lee then decided to surrender because the Union had trapped them, and he did not want to waste his men trying to escape. The Confederates lost because his men were tired, deserting, and unsupplies. They did not have anywhere to go. The Union did well because their men were fine and they had twice as many people. Stopping the retreat of the Confederates was a key part in this battle.
The battle and the terms of the surrender were made on April 9th, 1865 at Appomattox Courthouse. In this battle, there were 700 casualties, not nearly as large as other battles.
The terms of surrender were as followed. All officers and men would be pardoned and sent home with their private property, such as horses. This did not include their slaves. The men were able to keep their sidearms, such as Lee's sword in the picture. The men were also given Union food, and the Union soldiers were to remain respectful. The surrender ended the Civil War, and the North and South were united again.
I'm Jake. Thank you for watching our video.